back
Meowdy,
for
y'all.
this.
Oh my god!
I
This
want
is
to play
how we're
Dungeons and
starting.
Dragons again. I want to take a nap now.
Stop holding this game ransom.
I just want to sleep that one off. All
You
right.
may control my character, but you'll never control my freedom of speech.
No, but I can give you consequences for it, so you know. Rock falls on Sybil, she dies.
Oh my god!
You know, my favorite thing about higher level D&D is you can't kill your players with a rock.
Nope.
It's true.
It'd have
You
to
gotta
be
contrive
like
bigger
a really
battery
big
rock.
rock.
Yeah.
You need a bigger. You need like a volcanic rock.
You gotta drop a plane on him.
Yeah, because, like, you can't even drop a single meteor, because it won't kill them. That's what Meteor Swarm is for.
Oh my god!
And we didn't even die from that last time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard
Didn't
to kill
we-
you fuckers.
Didn't we like manage to counter that somehow? Anyway,
We ended the encounter before it really got bad.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
yeah, I was gonna say that never happened, so
Yeah.
we don't know if it would have killed us.
I mean, spoilers, probably, because that's what Meteor Swarm is for.
Well, I mean, at that point in the battle, perhaps, but we don't want to get into this discourse right now.
I'm just hearing Pat Benatar's Run Between the Raindrops in my head while I picture this montage.
Yeah, I like that montage. I like that. Alright, so, we're going to be picking up where we left off last time, but a brief recap. The party, having, let's say, finished their task in the Feywild by killing the Archfey Skelai, fled back to the city of Sigil. Back in Sigil, they had a bit of a downtime, wherein they went off and did their own tasks, spending time with the individuals they wished to seek out, or accidentally learning a thing or two, or purposefully learning a thing or two.
Things were certainly learned.
Yeah.
Great knowledge.
As the group regrouped to figure out where they were going next, they spent some time together meeting Sybil's sister Phoebe, who gave them she gave them a handful of items that would help them stop from spinning off of the very existence of time as they know it. That meaning some of the planes are so skewed out of time that without something to lock them to Sigil, they could spend any number of years outside of Sigil, and it may only be moments or the vice versa. Then they were encountered by an individual who offered up a little bit of information about the quarry of Clive, a vampire that he was seeking for obvious vengeance. She gave the group a bit of information, enough for them to go on, at which point they traveled to the plane that the country of Barovia is located on, passing through this dilapidated, iron-gated portal, with no one stopping them. Stepping through, they found themselves in a area that seemed devoid of all life. The ground turned to sticky mud, a nearby town calling to them with its presence. And as they walked through, they found the town itself to be pretty much dead and abandoned as well. In the distance, near a large tree that they were told to seek out, they witnessed several shapes moving around, writhing in the... Ooh, I had the wrong screen up on my end. Writhing in this large tree, skittering about the ground. Stepping forward, they were engaged by these creatures, these pale, hunched-over humanoid-like things that lunged at them with snapping jaws. Defeating enough of them, the remaining ones fled into a tunnel beneath the tree. And we're going to be picking up right there, where these creatures have just fled under the tree, leaving you guys in a suddenly completely silent field. there's no more movement from the tree where before there was quite a bit of skittering around. What are you guys going to do?
Secret
Okay.
tunnel. Oh, I also want to note, because we had this conversation on the train. Fly lasts for 10 minutes, so Nave fucking go nuts.
Yeah, she was absolutely going to do that. So, um, she's still flying around, probably like right over Cass, and she just sort of looks down at everyone, and she's like, "Hold on a sec," and she starts flying straight up, and she's trying to get high enough to see if she could like. She sort of wants to look around this place, right? Like she wants to get above the tree line. She wants to see what the fuck this plane kind of looks like, or the general area. Like, she just wants to fly up high and look over everything.
Okay,
See if
make
she
a
could see
perception check.
anything. Alrighty. First freaking roll. 21.
Hell yeah.
All right. You fly straight up until you are just above the tree line, which admittedly there's not very many trees, so it doesn't take you very long, nor do you have to go terribly high. But you go up a little bit higher than that to make sure you are over anything that is within your immediate view. And looking out, you see a vast nothingness before you. Just empty fields that look like they might have once held plants or crops, dotted by huts, maybe, or houses. It's hard to tell. It's a lot of decay and desiccated building remains, but you see no signs of life, save for the occasional flapping bird lifting off from the various ruins you can spot.
Okay, so she doesn't see anything like else in the distance, like beyond
Not really.
that stuff.
It's just a wide open area. There's a small forest nearby, but it's also comprised almost entirely of like dead trees.
Damn, that's like desolate as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
We're in the shadow place.
She comes back down, and she's just like, "There's a whole lot of nothing out there, like empty fields, like desiccated buildings, nothing else really. It's kind of fucking weird." And
Well- I sure as hell don't like this place.
yeah, me neither.
Hey, so are we going in the big dark, worm lady tunnel, or?
Hold on.
Worm Lady Tunnel.
Navori sort of flies over to Sybil, and she kind of she doesn't exactly land, but she sort of hovers like right in front of her, and she's like fucking beaming. She has this expression like she's just ecstatic and thrilled, and she's just like, you know, if we weren't in like some nasty, disgusting hell place, I would be a lot more emotional right now, but thank you so much for this. I cannot think of a time where I ever thought I'd fly again. And she sort of leans
Sybil.
closer and gives her a kiss on the cheek, and she's just like super happy.
Sybil nods and she like, you know, you guys know Sybil. This is gonna be way too close to an emotionally raw moment. So she kind of just takes Navori's cheeks in her hands, and it seems really sweet for a moment before she begins to mush him around. And she just says, like, listen, don't know how long this lasts exactly. So after the 5-minute mark, just fly low. Fly a height with which you would survive if you fell it.
Yeah, got it.
Alright.
And she kind of takes off again, is just sort of flying around, but kind of hovering close enough so she could see what everyone's doing when they're probably gonna go into the disgusting hole. She's gonna wait for them to go in the hole.
A wise decision.
Clive is gonna inspect the hole. He's gonna look
Okay.
at
All right. You walk over to it, picking your way through the damp and the damp ground that's kind of spaced through with what looks like the remains of a street. And you approach the tree, keeping your distance from a little bit, and give me a nature check.
Okay. What the fuck is my nature bonus?
Hi, I hope. Hell yeah.
Okay. You approach the bottom of the tree, keeping your distance. And it definitely looks like this hole was not recently burrowed out, and there are a number of scuff marks, looking like it was dug, definitely. And the edges are kind of worn away, so it's not this just cut out tunnel. And there are a lot of markings of things coming and going, obvious to check by the various claw prints that are in the dirt and mud around this.
Well, at the moment, it doesn't look like anything's gonna come out of here and kill us if we go in.
Yeah, I mean, Nave says she saw nothing. I crawled in a hole once. You guys were all there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bit of a difference between that hole and the previous hole.
This hole is full of things that want to kill us, so I don't quite see the difference.
I mean, the previous hole tried to kill you itself.
Well, yes. Okay, I see a point there.
And it was pretty obvious that it was gonna kill you.
You know, I think that the things in there probably are gonna try to kill us, but you know.
Well, I mean, at least we might have a chance of fighting back.
What are we expecting to find in there?
I don't know, maybe they grabbed, like, people from wherever this place is and dragged them in, and now they're trying to eat them, or whatever they do.
More of those ugly things, and he kind of gestures to the ghoul they'd killed. Who knows? Maybe something worse.
Do vampires turn people into those things?
Well, the one I'm dealing with has raised some people back as like zombies, but I ain't never seen anything quite like this.
Ugh.
I don't know if these things were ever human.
Yeah, it kind of seems a special level of heinous.
Right. Yeah. I'll let you decide what you want to do. Navori says as she used to fly around.
So, I mean, there's no real landmark or anything to go towards on the surface, right?
Nothing that you can see. You can give me a perception check if you want to take a longer glance around.
Actually, they're in like a big tree, or the hole's like underneath a big tree, right?
Yeah, it's kind of dug into where the roots would be.
Clive's gonna climb the tree.
Okay. Give me an athletics. Why not?
Okay.
Sybil's gonna get a little closer, just in case, like, something tries to get.
Clive's been climbing trees since he could walk.
All
It's
right.
fine.
Yeah, you easily swing your way up the.
Navori's absolutely flying up beside where Clive is on the tree, just sort of grinning.
What are you gonna do up in that tree?
Clive looks over at Navor. He's like, I mean, I could do that too, but I thought I'd do it the hard way.
Well, you can
Clive's just
fly
gonna.
too.
I mean, when I feel like it, maybe.
Really?
Sure, maybe I'll show you someday.
Oh,
And
you
Clive's
better.
Clive's gonna do a perception check. He's just gonna kind of see if there's anything that stands out.
Okay.
Oh, didn't our proficiency bonus go up? Yeah, it's a 6 now. What does Clive see with his not elf eyes?
taking a moment or two to look around, you see much what Navori did. However, since you are a bit more versed in natural terrain, you are able to kind of glean the fact that this looks like it's been untraveled for a long time, save for the almost predictable looking paths of the ghouls.
So chances are there's like nothing nearby.
Yeah.
Clive kind of sighs and then begins to climb back down the tree. And he looks at the group and he's like, well, I have a feeling there ain't been much out here for quite a bit. I don't see anything that ain't natural or as natural as this place gets.
Well, I guess that saves us the trouble of worrying about people.
I think unless we just want to wander through these trees, I think this tunnel might be our best bet. Anyone else got any thought?
No, aside from we were directed to whatever was under the tree, so
Well, I guess this is our best bet then.
All right, so you guys all heading into the tree?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Sybil takes a moment to stand outside of the horrible gaping tree hole and sigh about it.
How big is the hole? Like how many like people wide and tall is it?
Everyone but Navori has to crouch a little bit to get past the entrance, but once you go about 5 feet in, you're able to straighten out.
Okay. But it's still narrow enough to where it probably needs to be single file.
I would say, depending on who you are, like Maria and Kess cannot go shoulder to shoulder. The rest of you guys, or Minnow couldn't either. So Kess, Maria, and Minnow can't really be standing shoulder to shoulder. The 3 of them would need to be single file, but the rest of you guys can be in a group of 2 if you'd like.
Well, I guess we should probably shove Kess in front.
Probably a good idea. She approves. Cass goes first.
Clive is gonna actually wait for everyone to go everyone else to go in first, and then bring up the rear as usual.
Sybil is gonna stand behind Cass.
Okay.
Basically, the tall people are gonna form a circle around the tiny people.
Okay.
There's only one tiny person in this group.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sybil is a bold 5'7".
For some reason, I thought she was like 5'11".
Oh, she might be.
She's
definitely somewhere in that range. That definitely all the same range of 5'7" to 5'11".
Yeah. That's not a.
No variation at all.
Yeah. So you guys begin to head down into this tree, and quickly the light around you begins to dim. It's not too bright outside to begin with, so you quickly lose whatever light that you had from the outdoors. The humans and those of you without dark vision crowd together a little bit, just to make sure that you don't bump into anything, but the walls in here are tight enough that you can't really stray too far anyway. There is the occasional lumpy tree root underneath you as it begins to get very stale tasting in here and claustrophobic. I need everyone to roll initiative. And then
here we go.
Show me your proper marching order.
Oh.
I would. Oh no, there I am. Never.
Can't see anything.
I can't see shit.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh wait, I vaguely see us.
Yep.
Clive don't got that low light vision.
Nope.
Or
There's
dark
a
vision.
whopping
Fuck off.
2 of
I
you.
can't see fuck either. I see my
It's like
Sybil.
it's the fucking opposite of our last party.
Yeah.
Everyone but Ren had low light vision in the first party, and I think I don't think Nydia did either. Did she?
Nope. I'm back to this life. Cancer was my Dark vision.
Oh no. Oh, come on, you're a fish.
Damn! What
I
the
know,
fuck, Navari?
A
Fish?
fish. No.
Alright,
Try
naval
to
So
attack.
wait, are we supposed to see nothing but a dark screen?
You can't
Yeah.
beat you
You can
can't
see
beat
what
my
your
initiative.
character can see, apparently.
Yeah, you have the same vision that your character
solid
has.
blackness.
You should
I
have a
can-
very small area around your own
I
character.
can
I do
kinda
not have that.
Zoom in.
I can see Kess and Maria next to
I
Clive.
still do not have that.
I can very dimly see the others.
Yeah.
Let me tell ya, I see nothing.
There's not enough light for me
should.
to make a
Okay.
fucking marching
I
order.
see Vanta Black.
Well,
When I turn on
Oh,
my
and it-
vision for you.
You can't see Vonda Black. You'd get sued.
Alright.
God.
But yeah, marching order would be difficult like this, wouldn't it?
Oh god.
Navori's probably helping people that can't fucking see to go where to know where they're going.
Oh, no, Clive is actually.
Yeah, Clive's first.
Oh my god, those
With
natural.
that initiative, man.
You guys are ready.
Not like he needed to. He's
Somehow.
at 20 more initiative than Kess.
Bam!
An order of magnitude.
You know,
Clive is a fast boy.
He is ready.
like- Kess is slow and steady.
That alert feat.
also, let me put
I love
Boon
it.
on there with you.
Maybe I should
Anyway.
do that with Kess.
Do you want me to put you in the marching order as described then? Because
I mean, Kess is in front, so that's all that matters.
Yeah,
Okay.
Navori's
Um,
kind of in the middle, I assume.
Maria's just ahead of Clive.
yeah.
Oh,
unless-
well. In that case, hang on. Clive, you're gonna have to.
Like
Wait,
the
if
move.
Maria's ahead of Clive.
Oh my god, there are two Boons.
Like a math
Are
problem.
there? Where's the second
Oh.
one? I lost Boon.
I see two.
Oh, there he is.
the other
Oh!
There we go.
Boon.
We get rid of that one.
Boon has multiplied.
I see
my
these.
gosh.
Alright.
Boon mitosis.
Wait, I just need to know. I'm gonna drop into chat what I am seeing right this moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you're seeing
Okay.
exactly what you should be seeing.
Alright, I want you to know that my solution to this problem would be nothing.
That's fine.
So,
Okay.
So,
You got-
I mean, Kess could have cast light.
Yeah,
Once it became really obvious.
Yeah,
It
you
was-
have solutions. It's just, do you choose to use them? So is Kess gonna drop light on?
Yeah, sure. She'll put light on herself.
Okay.
She's the beacon.
She is the beacon.
The
Boom.
light. Oh wow.
Hey,
There you go.
Hey.
be about
So-
as much as what I could have before. Just brighter.
Yeah, those of you with dark vision, you know. But yeah, if you don't have dark vision, when it's completely pitch black, sorry.
See shit.
It's fun.
Yeah, when Nabori saw Cass casting light, she hid her knife momentarily.
Okay.
Just note, she's
Yeah.
not blind
Um,
now.
the slight glow is actually, it's a little blinding briefly because it does go from, you know, pitch black to pretty bright. It's nice.
Sybil says, "Hey, I don't fucking like this."
Anyone got a torch?
Do we need one now?
We have a Kess.
I suppose that would make sense.
All right. So, Clive, what are you going to be doing? We want to try and keep
Uh,
these snappy too.
Okay, Clive's gonna snoop forward. And does he see anything?
You can make a perception check.
Clive's gonna make a perception check.
All right.
Well, fuck.
Oh,
It's
Nailed it.
it's dark.
it's a little unnerving being surrounded by this darkness. Because Kess's light, much like a flashlight, just stops. Past a certain range, which that's always, I hate it when a flashlight does that. So you're not able to see much other than what looks like a collapsed pillar, maybe, in front of you, and like a small raised wall.
Uh-huh. Well, Boone's gonna come up here behind him, and for now, Clive's gonna sit here, and he has his crossbow out.
All right,
And
Nabori.
Watch it.
Yeah, once Cass's cast light. She takes her dagger back out, and she's gonna move forward too.
Okay.
She comes up by Clive. If she could see anything.
Jesus, I have 13 torches.
Let
Help.
me.
She's so prepared.
Okay. So you said there's a raised wall. Which one is that, and how high is it? Because I'm curious if she could see.
There's
Over?
this right here. Yeah, it's only like 5 feet high.
Okay.
Which I guess for Navori
yeah.
she can barely
But how-
see over it. But
How tall is the area in which they're in right now? When she came out in here, how tall is it?
it is.
She would probably fly up if she could.
Cass's light shines far enough up for you to see the top, so it's about 30 feet. 25, 30 feet high.
Okay. She sort of flies up a little bit.
Okay.
And hits her
And
head.
she's sort of looking up when she does. She wants to make sure there's no weird things skittering around the ceiling that are gonna grab her.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see
But-
anything skittering around as you fly up.
Good. So she could see everything now. Then, she sort of squints, and she's just like, "It looks like there's a stairwell over there." And she sort of points, over here. And she's also gonna. Can she make like a perception check to see if she sees anything else?
Of course.
Nice. We go. 22. Damn.
Okay. Much like Clive, you spot a toppled pillar, but amongst the ruins of that pillar, you see a rune statue of some sort. It is about waist up. It's just toppled over. From waist down, it was definitely just some kind of humanoid standing.
Okay.
You do see that stairwell leads down a little bit, but you can't see where it leads.
Yeah. So she's going to sort of fly over here and perch herself on this wall.
Okay.
Just sort of look around. She's like, "There's also a weird statue over here." That's gonna be her turn.
Maria.
Okay, I think Maria's just gonna stump on forward
Okay.
near to where these two are and just quietly have a look around. She isn't sure if she wants to light a torch just yet.
Okay. Do
She
you want to
doesn't
make a
wanna
perception
see
check
what's
as well?
here.
Yeah, exactly. She's not precisely sure.
Do you want to make a perception check as well, or?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Where's my stat at? No, nothing.
Yeah,
She
it's
covers her other eye.
just to make sure. Like, is it actually dark? Yep.
Yeah, it's just calibrating.
Sure is.
Yeah. All right, Minnow.
Right, Minnow's gonna march on ahead too and give thanks to Cass for the light. But she's just gonna like listen for anything. Like she can't see for
Okay.
garbage, so she wants to listen for
All right, make a perception check. Then.
Okay. Nothing.
Oh my
Well,
god.
you pick up the sound of something moving deeper within. Normally, you wouldn't hear much, but it's dead silent in here, save for the sound of that movement and you guys. So that sound sticks out a little.
Okay. Would she be able to discern a direction for that,
No.
or just okay? Navori, can you? Well, Nenia, can you see anything? Anything moving? I can hear it.
Yeah, Navari's just kind of looking around to see if she can discern that.
All right,
Till it's
Sybil.
her turn.
Okay, this isn't gonna work. Sybil walks up. Sybil is gonna use prestidigitation to light any candles or torches or campfires in
Okay.
the vicinity.
You snap your fingers in that expectant way,
Yeah.
and nothing happens.
Sybil just snaps her fingers a couple more times to look as if she was doing it for an unrelated reason, and then goes, "It's real dark down here."
You don't say.
Well, at least there's nothing on the ceiling that's gonna fall on us.
It's very early for that fucking observation.
Considered that. Consider that.
Well, I did. I caught up there.
There's other rooms, maybe.
Cass.
Cass does what Cass does.
What does that mean?
March forward.
Little Miss
Here she
Sunshine
goes.
stomps forward.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Little Miss Sunshine. That's a great nickname.
Yep.
For Cass specifically.
Yep. Okay.
He marches into the center of the room and looks around.
You want to make a perception check, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Go for it.
Middling.
Well, after Minnow pointed out the fact that she hears something, it's kind of brought to everyone's attention now. So you stop to listen, and you hear there is sound coming from ahead of you.
I'm guessing
Fair enough.
head would be
There's a tunnel.
this direction, right?
Clive.
Clive's gonna... I guess for now he's just also gonna keep moving forward. He's gonna stop just short of this next hallway and look down it.
Okay. Perception check, or just kind of looking?
I'll do another perception.
All right. You see vague outlines of what looks like humanoids moving around a little bit. Their motion is not smooth, but that could also be a trick of the light.
As soon as Clive sees motion, he like holds up a hand to stop everyone. It's like, hey, I think we got company.
All right, Navari.
Okay. Navari kind of flies over here, and she's gonna sort of look down briefly at the statue. See if anything jumps out at her, but she's more interested in what's moving, so...
Okay. Yeah, the statue doesn't do anything
And she kind of
unstatue-like.
These stairs don't lead up or down anywhere, do they?
They lead down, but as you pass over them, you notice that they lead down into a bunch of rocks. It looks like a tunnel had been caved in completely.
Okay. So this this tunnel over here, is it the same height or is it lower to the ground?
Where you can see up to, it's starting to slope down a little bit, but it's still high enough to be off the ground.
Okay.
It's about 20 feet as it goes deeper in, it looks like.
All right. So she flies over here and then kind of. So she's not actually making any sound, but she's moving around.
Nope.
She sort of goes in a bit to peer forward, and she sees something. She's like, so as soon as she sees something, she kind of flies back out. There are things in there. They don't look like people. They look kind of like skeletons. I don't like it.
Big old nope.
So get ready for that.
Clive just looks over at Cass expectantly. He's like, well, I know what you're about to do, so do it.
Cass appreciates that.
All right, Maria.
Maria is oddly put at ease by the fact that it's skeletons.
She can understand skeletons.
Yeah, she's seen skeletons before. She knows what skeletons are about. That's cool. So she's just
Yeah, there's one inside of all of
yeah,
us.
and it's just below her skin, as a matter of fact. And then she stops thinking about that, and she goes to that statue, and
Oh my
She's just
gosh.
investigating it.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Are you one of my relatives?
I don't know why. I don't know why I imagined like hat tip skeleton.
Oh no.
God.
Now I'm thinking of that Skyrim romance mod.
Stop.
Little sparrow.
Jesus! Jesus!
I love the blown out
I don't
mic.
like that at all. Never do that
No.
again.
I will pay you so much money to never do that again.
All right. I expect the check to be in the mail tomorrow.
All right, Maria. You are, in fact, not related to the statue. You've never met.
Oh well.
Yeah. It looks like it was just of a person. Like, human, maybe? Unremarkable
guy?
features.
Just a guy.
Just as far as
Would
you
you-
can tell, yeah.
Would you say he seems summoned?
Oh my
Alright,
gosh.
Minnow, it's your turn.
Yes. Minnow's just gonna cautiously move forward and she's just gonna keep listening, but there's already news of spooky, scary skeletons, so she's just gonna get
Is this
ready.
our Halloween episode?
I'm not doing a Halloween episode on the 13th, no. Jesus.
Are
Are you
one of those.
sure?
Yes!
On the 13th?
It's
It's
Saturday
a pretty spooky
the 13th.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cousin of Friday the 13th.
God. Hate you guys. Alright, Minnow, you do anything in particular or just moving forward?
Just moving forward with
Covering
Naginata ready.
Okay.
This session is just us testing Max's patience.
Sybil! Yeah, you've fallen into my trap, a tunnel.
Oh
I can just
god.
cave this in whenever you piss me off enough.
Oh my
Fucking god. Sybil just moves up and for the sake of everything just doesn't really do anything because what can she do?
Alright. Kess.
Alright.
It's always
So,
ominous when it says you're typing.
Yeah.
that was a mistake.
Yep.
Yep, there
Four.
they are.
5.
Those
I
are
want-
certainly skeletons.
Is
Alright,
that
at
Sans
5.
Undertale?
Yeah, dog.
Max, will leave.
Oh! Ooh!
They're
Anyway,
all gonna target
that
Sybil.
upset me. Oh, that got me. The skeletons were indeed kind of vaguely moving around, just jerkily patrolling this area, and as you step forward, they stop and their heads crack as they turn to look at you.
Cool.
There are skeletons
She's
now
gonna
looking
give
at
him
you.
something to look at. She steps up here and she's gonna just, you know, she has a lovely hammer designed specifically for skeleton smashing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna be like, and then she just lifts up the armor of her armor and shows a leg.
Takes her leg real far.
Get a load of this.
Alright.
This is
And
my
she's
holy
just-
symbol.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Fucking vile.
Alright, Tess hits.
Excuse you.
We're in top form tonight, apparently.
I'm still in bullshit mode.
Yeah, we didn't get enough bullshit out of our system before the game
Did she
started.
hit the skeleton? Max?
She super hits the skeleton.
She super hits the skeleton. You hear that, guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not just
I mean-
a hit, but a super hit.
It's a hammer against a fucking skeleton, so yeah.
It just explodes into bones.
She hit?
Well, since it is a skeleton, you do double damage.
Oh, heck yeah. She does
'cause
16 points
yeah,
of damage.
it is vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
Heck yeah.
And you just smash that thing, and it immediately turns a pile of bones instead of bones.
Yes.
There
Does
it
make a
go.
xylophone sound?
Yeah, you know, why not?
Wow.
It makes a xylophone sound as it collapses to the ground, and the other skeleton doesn't like that much, it seems. It turns to look at you, Kess, raising the sword it has and jerkily stepping forward to take a swing.
Didn't much
Yes, it's
appreciate that.
Yeah, 15?
Shadow.
Nah.
Alright, it tries, and it stumbles forward a little bit, clearly not attacking anything in quite some time.
Guess, like, she doesn't feel bad for it, but she, you know.
Yeah. Alright, Clive, your turn.
Alright, well, Clive's gonna come up a little bit, and he's gonna sick Boon on it.
Alright.
Oh, wait,
Get
no,
him,
Boon,
boy!
I don't think Boon can quite reach,
This is
actually.
like Halloween for Boon. This is so much candy.
He's-
Delicious.
I don't know, that's only... Trying to figure out, I guess that's 30 feet. He was, like, right
Yeah.
there. So-
He can get him.
Alright, well, first thing is Clive's gonna take a shot.
Alright.
Oh, hang on, let me pull up the thing again for Boon real fast before I actually make any rolls with
I love that Kess just walks up to things, doesn't say anything, and hammers it. That's just like, that's how she does now.
That's how she says
I
hello.
mean,
She doesn't
Yeah.
charge into combat. She walks into combat and just bonks.
That's terrifying if you frame it right.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
Terminator walks in.
She does. She does.
With
If it makes her-
with no visible face almost.
Yeah.
D&D Beyond really needs to give me a companion character sheet.
Yeah, I don't know why that's been taking them so long.
It's annoying.
Especially because, like, you can use familiars for stuff, too.
Yeah, hang on.
Fucking... If Kess is charging into battle, you know it's bad.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, so first Clive's gonna take a shot at one of these. Just one.
Alright. Yeah, that hits. Okay.
And now, unless the skeleton dies, Boon's gonna attack.
Alright, go ahead with Boon. Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
A mighty borf.
Oh yeah, Kess only had to take a single attack, huh? Yeah, skeletons.
And I need a strength save from the skeleton.
You normally would, but Boon tears the skeleton down, mostly by grabbing its femur and just growling as he jerks it out. And the skeleton was already starting to come apart due to your shot, and Boon takes it down and it collapses into more xylophone noises. Boon is left with
The
a nice
femur.
human-sized femur.
I was gonna say, Boon keeps it.
Alright.
He's gonna keep it for a bit and chew on it.
Alright.
Sybil from the back says, "This is a really sorry sight. Are we gonna have to keep doing this?"
Doing what? Killing skeletons?
It's sad.
I mean, they were dead before we got to them, so...
I mean, did we try to talk to the skeletons?
They don't have
Would-
tongues, Sybil.
Would you like to try to talk to the skeleton?
Sybil shouts from the back, "Hey buddy, you're okay over there?" Not shout, more like a tepid call.
Well, it echoes down the barren tunnel regardless, and... I mean, nothing replies. Actually, you end up replying back, because that's how an echo works.
You kind of reassured yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Navori.
Alright, well, now that that's been taken care of, Navari's gonna fly over here, and she's like, oh, this mole.
Wait, has it been 10 minutes? Because...
No.
Really? Wow, it feels like we've been playing longer.
In
Well-
much to my chagrin, combat time slows everything to a crawl somehow.
That's fair.
True.
Yeah,
Nave's gonna be flying this whole time.
she's happy.
I mean, it's coming up. Just not quite yet.
Okay, so like, question. There's
Mhm.
this thing here. Is that a gate?
It certainly looks like a gate.
Like, I'm guessing you could see through it, right? Or is it just...
Yes, you can definitely see through it. It is definitely a gate, basically. And there does seem to be hinges as the skeleton is now leaning on it, trying to grab at something, but there's nothing to grab, so...
Oh, okay. So she announces the other skeleton, and she comes up here and sort of... She's just gonna be a lookout because fuck it. Well, actually... Let's see. She comes over here, and if you could go through the gate, she's gonna Word of Radiance that skeleton.
Okay.
Let's see. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
What was the DC on it?
14.
It rolled a 20.
Well,
Wow.
makes it.
Yeah.
See.
You try to radiantly word it, and that skeleton has none of it.
Whenever you say Word of Radiance, I think of the horrible Drakengard 3.
Well, okay.
Listen, it was horrible, but at the same time, it had some moments.
Yeah,
It did.
I mean, it was okay. I just don't want people to think that I like it as a whole game.
Fair.
Okay. So after Navari does that, she backs up and she's like, well, that didn't work, but there's like a bed and some stuff beyond this gate.
Did
And
you
the
just
gate
say a
kinda-
bed?
Yeah,
the
I
gate
did.
rattles a little bit.
Navari's still up in the air, by the way, so if it got through, she's hoping it wouldn't be able to reach her.
Yeah, no.
that's it.
All right, Maria.
Maria's been standing at this statue so long she hasn't noticed it got dark on her.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness.
She's gonna stumble her way ahead. Let's see here. How far can I go? Probably just about here.
Okay. Maria stumbles into the light.
The shambles past wordlessly.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
Minnow.
She's gonna mosey on up just a little bit, but consider the tunnel doesn't look very big, does it?
No, it's definitely starting to compress a little bit.
Okay, she's gonna hang out in the back, but on guard, listening, make sure nothing's gonna be coming up behind them for now. She's gonna hang out in the back.
Okay. Sybil.
Sybil's not nearly that considerate, and Sybil wants to see what's going on. So she's gonna see how far she can go. No, she can only stand on this fucking dead-ass fucking skeleton. So she's gonna mosey on up next to Cass. And she's gonna... Can she see this man?
Whatever you can see on the map is what Sybil can see.
Sybil says,
And don't
hello?
be fucking sexist. It's a skeleton. You don't know the gender of it.
Hello, sir? Hello?
The skeleton rattles as it moves a little bit.
Do you speak Coleman?
Cass, it's your turn.
Cass appreciates that Sybil is trying, but she's gonna step.
Habla Coleman?
Cass is gonna say hello, and you're all
That's
And-
civil.
And she's gonna hit it. Twice.
Okay.
If she needs to hit
Through
it.
the gate?
Yeah.
I mean, she could just hit the gate.
All right, you know what? Yeah,
She's
she
gonna
hits
hit the gate and the
destroy it.
skeleton by proxy?
It's inanimate, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, she
She
hits
could
the
just
gate and
destroy
she
the
destroys
gate.
it.
All right. So with one attack, you hit the gate, and it just kind of shatters entirely with a loud crackling noise of rusted metal. And then the skeleton almost stumbles onto you.
All right, and then Cass is gonna use her other swing to hit the skeleton.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
or
you.
you would try,
yeah,
but
she
the
would.
skeleton actually falls on you.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
It's like a drunk person at a party.
Kinda, yeah. Clive, your turn.
Cass is just like inwardly, casually, like, what the fuck?
I was gonna come forward to see what the fuck's going on in here.
There's a skeleton kind of clinging to Cass now. It doesn't really know what it's doing, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. Well, Boon's gonna get it.
All right, go Boon, go.
Get him. Fetch him up.
All right, Boon snacks on this skeleton.
Let's see. What's the bonus again?
Okay. And now it has to make a strength saving throw.
Has to beat 11.
Ooh, and he rolled a 4. So Boone leaps forward and grabs the femur again and tears it down, and doesn't get a femur for himself this time, a second one, but takes the skeleton off of Cass and it clatters to the ground. Not in a pile, but just a skeleton on the ground.
That's what I feel like some days.
Yeah. And Boone cannot take a second attack. So would you like to try and hatchet it or shoot it?
Well, I didn't want to shoot it at first because you said it was like on Cass.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Clive will shoot.
Alright, you have disadvantage since it's prone.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'll shoot it anyway.
Alright.
hey.
As if the disadvantage mattered.
Yeah, alright, you hit it. Alright, yeah, with an unerring accuracy. Between you and your dog companion, Boone takes it to the ground off of Cass, and you crack off a shot immediately, and it shatters through the skeleton's skull. And the skeleton perishes again. Maybe this time the skeleton will not be back.
I
Alright.
wouldn't count it yet.
Navori.
Well, Navaria's gonna keep being the lookout, I guess, as she do. So,
Okay.
how high are these walls? Out of curiosity,
It is
I
now
just wanna
getting
know.
pretty thin. You've got about 15 feet above you now. From ground to ceiling, it's about 15 feet.
Okay, well, she's still gonna.
Yeah, it's just slowly becoming more, basically.
So she comes over here, and she looks in, and she's like, okay, all right. She sees those chests there, and she's like, because she remembers the last time there were chests. So,
I forgot that you guys saw them, stabbed him with like a stick,
it was
watched
only
that happen,
Sybil and
and just
Navori
left.
that saw them, I think.
Yeah,
but-
you're just like, nah, not today, Satan, and just left.
Just look at how the chain is.
So Navari's gonna do the thing that she did before, and like she comes over here, she pulls out like Well, first she kind of vaguely looks for traps on these things.
Make a perception check.
Righty. 18.
It doesn't look trapped. In fact, these look pretty decayed.
All right. Well, she's still gonna. She pulls a javelin out of her shield, and she just pokes at him. Like,
All right, make an attack roll.
oh my gosh. Okay. How the fuck do I do? What would it even be? I don't even know if she's proficient with javelins. She's just like poking him.
It's simple weaponry, isn't it?
Let me
Is
check.
it?
I'm not sure actually.
I think javelin's simple. I think all the spears are except for like a lance.
Yeah, that would make sense. Let me double check though.
I don't know how to
Equipment.
just randomly attack thing.
Yeah, it's a simple. So just D20
Okay.
plus proficiency
All right.
plus
5.
I think javelin's a finesse weapon, isn't it? Or is it a strength weapon?
Technically it's a thrown weapon. Okay. Yeah, so let's count it as a basic melee, so just proficiency plus your strength.
What are the
They actually removed the whole like fist damage as blank 5. So that's nice. They actually make you roll for punching damage, because making it do a 5 every time's a bit much.
Okay. A whole 8.
The javelin sinks into squishy wood with a disgusting kind of squelching noise.
She sort of makes a face and waits for a second, like.
It's very quiet for that second.
Okay, then she's gonna sort of land and see if she can find anything in there whenever she can.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's your turn. So, Maria.
Okay, so she's gonna scooch up. Probably just to here. She's just kind of trailing along behind and keeping an eye
Okay.
out.
Okay. Do you want a perception or just kind of passive?
Yeah, she's gonna do perception, actually.
Okay.
No, she's not.
Yeah, no, Mario would like to be perceptive, but it's very dark in here.
She's thinking about the fact that she has a skeleton in her again.
Exactly, yeah. She's real hungry right now.
Minnow.
Minnow's gonna catch up as well, but still keeps in the back. And when she hits this first pile of bones, she's gonna take the butt of her spear and like jam it down on like just to break bones up more, break a skull, like just break them more.
Yeah, it all makes a fairly satisfying crunching noise. Well, satisfying depending on who you are.
Does it sound like crunching xylophones?
Oh
No.
my god!
Oh.
Yeah, sorry to burst that
Sounds
bubble.
like
It's
a
just-
bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
I'm-
Pretty good, though.
Nice.
It's either that or like the sound that Minecraft blocks make when you pick them up.
Oh my god.
Alright, Sybil.
Sybil is, usually I think of my turns before I do them. She's just gonna walk into this room and be like, hey Dave, what's up?
She's like, these ones didn't do the thing, which
I
is-
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither.
No, like, I seriously cannot see what you're looking at.
Oh, the chest. Sold it.
Sybil
Well, that was
squints into the darkness.
That was a
She
pretty
can-
classic exchange right there.
Hello for everybody else.
Yeah. Wow.
I can only see the vague outline of a chest here. At least I think it is. Is that what?
Yeah.
Alright, just because I've done fuck nothing, I'm gonna have Sybil, just level an Eldritch Blast at the lock. Just
Alright.
because I'm
Already
feeling
flush.
Making
I
a
feel
check
fun
roll.
and spicy and fancy free, and I'm gonna fucking roll my roll.
Oh my god.
That'll be a disadvantage, I think.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah. You
What
are
the
actually
fuck?
attacking the darkness here, so
What do I roll? Is it my proficiency plus something? I always fucking forget.
plus charisma.
Where's the mountain?
Okay. But what the fuck is my... Okay, my proficiency bonus is +3, so that's a spicy 7.
Well,
dude,
it could have been great.
you try and attack the darkness, and there's a flash of green light that hits a chest and blows the chest up.
Yeah, where it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, solve the problem.
It wasn't a problem.
There was a mysterious chest, and now there ain't one anymore, so
Yeah, but
I don't know what...
was in it?
Obviously nothing important, it got fucking destroyed by
Yeah,
Eldritch
nothing
Blast.
now.
Cass,
Moving on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be over that really stupid exchange for a while.
Well, those two seem to have that place covered. So,
The idiot's got that on lockdown.
Please don't leave us. Sybil does not have dark vision. No!
And Navari can see, it's fine.
Sybil just gives a really quick.
What? Oh.
well, there's nothing down there.
can't-
All right, she's gonna keep
Can't
going.
believe you left your girl. She's gonna die.
It's fine.
You abandoned your girl.
She keeps going. Oh my god.
We're fucking plunged in dark.
Yep. Clive suddenly can't see shit.
I love
Cass
this.
vanishes around a corner,
There is nothing on this.
forgetting momentarily that she is the source of light.
Okay, Mari's got 13 torches. One of them will work.
Yeah.
Suddenly, everyone is just plunged into complete darkness.
Yeah, Navari's
All right.
fine.
Cass
Uh,
doesn't see anything, so
not
she,
to,
she stays where she is.
Not
and
to
tries
alarm any of y'all, but I think our lamp just walked off.
Just like out of the silence. Don't
Yeah,
know
well. Nothing's happening, just so you know.
Guys, I'm frightened.
Clive.
I think I killed Max. Jesus.
Oh fuck.
You fucking left us.
the longer Mari's in the dark, the more she's going to disassociate. So pretty
Oh
soon,
my
she's
God.
just gonna be like, I'm not a teapot.
It's like amnesia. You can't be in the dark too long or you get weird.
Oh my god, stop.
You get weird.
You get weird.
Alright, Clive, what are you doing?
Clive, now plunged in darkness, is gonna follow the light that he can see off in the distance. Because he ain't exactly gonna do shit in the dark. And Boon's gonna come scampering up.
Alright.
Have fun in the dark, ladies. Bye.
Are you afraid of
Later,
the dark?
fuckers.
Alright, Navari.
Pieces.
Okay, Navari takes Sybil's hands because she said she was scared. It's like, it's fine, it's me. I'm gonna look at this other thing. First, she sees if there's anything that's remaining from the chest that.
Alright, give me an investigation check. I like how Navori's like, we gotta check this out. Well, the light
She
just
was there
vanishes.
first before Cass decided to run off.
Fucking mimic is gonna come out, and then the dark's gonna be the least of our worries.
Alright, investigation check.
A whole 9.
Love this. Love
There's a-
what's happening.
Oh, I'm crying. There's a lot of rotten wood.
Yeah, it's like, well, nothing there. And she's gonna poke the other one.
Alright, make an attack roll.
Jesus. She's gonna poke every fucking chest now.
Got fucking
Attack
Abbott and Costello,
roll.
and then the light leaves, so everyone's like, ah!
Yeah, don't worry, it's fine.
It's like in Scooby Doo when all you
Damn,
see are
she
the wow.
critically stabbed that thing.
Yeah, you get a solid stab in, but you actually do well to not demolish the chest. You actually just pierce the lock, and nothing happens.
All right, and she's gonna check that one out whenever she can do that.
All
She's
right.
holding Sybil's hand, by the way, so Sybil's just going with her. If that's okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you're not in
Sybil's gonna
combat.
be like, hey, do you wanna maybe fucking leave this room?
Navori's like, I wanna see what's in here first, that's why I came in here.
I hate you so much right now.
Well, I mean, you can try to go yourself!
Maria.
Sybil, just look. You can feel Sybil's disapproving look in the darkness.
Actually, Navori could see it.
Oh.
True.
Yeah.
All right, Maria.
Maria's
Wow.
gonna light a goddamn torch
Okay.
with her flinty fingers.
Snap her fingers on the torch, it's fine.
Like Roy Mustang.
Oh my god.
It's 30-30.
Doing a little bossa nova beat over a torch until light happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Navori's
it's-
like, there you go.
yeah, there's a solid like noise as the torch flares to life.
And they're still in the darkness, apparently, or is that just on my screen?
No, that's just on your screen. On my screen, Sybil gently weeps, but only for a moment.
And then Mario walks off.
Bye.
She does in fact move a little bit, but she's just like keeping an eye on where everybody's going.
I think if you went one more, you would leave Sybil
Yeah.
in darkness again.
Yeah, you would.
Like if you went one
Yeah.
more up.
She's one more from being plunged into darkness yet a fucking game.
All right, Minnow.
Minno's gonna keep up with Maria for now, but crunch some more skeleton. Like, she looks down, crunching, but she looks down the way that Sybil and Nave sound like they are, and she's just waiting for them.
You can see Sybil in the darkness with help me eyes.
She's just Sybil's like a trembling chihuahua.
I'm coming in.
All right, Sybil, it's your turn.
Sybil looks at Nave and is like, I want to stay here! And then she
Go!
moves.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
I'm seeing more of a whippet, personally.
Sybil's gonna move up with the girls.
Or whatever it's called, that one dog.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can
All right.
definitely. She's one of Jenna Marbles' dogs.
Yeah, she's Kermit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those dogs always look like they're having existential attack.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
All right, Kess. Yeah, they're dogs that are just made out of anxiety.
Well, Jenna Marbles has a dog specifically that cries about everything for no reason.
Like legit cries, his eyes tear up.
I
All
like
right.
to think that Kess could hear all of this too, because
I'm
All right.
at the end of
Kess-
the map, Max.
Yep. Kess heads down the
It's not a fucking
corridor
race.
and basically she just
just
vanishes
appeared
down the
in the
hallway. Yeah.
Cassie's gonna laugh.
bye, Kess.
Kess is
Teamwork
gonna
makes the dream work. Oh my god.
It's like some Mario Kart shit now. Kess is just gonna lap you guys.
She's been fucking waiting for an opportunity to leave us all in a dark hole, and now her dream has come true.
Bye,
Bye.
bitches.
She's free.
Clive, what you doing?
The light
Uh,
that Clive was following.
Clive is gonna. He thinks about it. He looks back. I'll be fine, and he just goes forward after Cat.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Clive, stop and make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Stumbling around in the dark.
All right. You almost trip over a tree root, but catch your footing quickly enough, stopping yourself from eating shit.
No one saw it.
Yeah.
Boon
I mean,
saw
Boon
it.
did, but
Boone's not gonna tell anyone.
yeah. All right, Navori.
She's looking in that chest.
All right, make an investigation roll.
Jesus. Hey, that's better.
You find the rotted remains of something. You cannot identify it, but it is squishy and cold and unpleasant.
Like, okay.
Smells pretty bad.
Does it look like anything?
It
Like,
might
she
have
can
once been a
see.
piece of fruit.
Oh. She's like, eh. I imagine that she like picked it up and then just kind of dropped it and it splat and she's like, nope. All right, nothing in there.
All right.
She goes back.
all right.
And she
Well.
starts down here. She's like, yeah, let's go.
With Kess having made it, initiative drops. You guys all stumble forward into the darkness, chasing after the beam of Kess. And we continue on. Let me rearrange things a little bit. Kess just straight up has light on. Maria has light on. God.
Wow, Kess, which one of these branching paths are you gonna abandon us on this time?
Alright, that looks about right. Yeah?
Yeah.
Excuse me a
wait.
moment, my cat is being dumb.
Hold on, it's not right. Now it's right. Okay. Yeah, initiative is not active, so. I'm keeping the order thing going, but yeah, initiative isn't going.
I don't know what that means.
It means you can wander around.
Okay.
Yeah, so where are you guys going? Or are you gonna...
Does Navori still have fly?
No, Fly has since worn off.
Okay, she's...
It was
How
very
far does
gentle.
she fall? Oh.
probably
Like
not
5
that
feet. Yeah, it was a pretty
Yeah.
gentle thing. It's not like it just stopped.
Yeah, and 100% as she gently lowers to the ground, there is a big kick up of pixie dust. Believe you me, that happens.
She kind of
And
giggles.
it's like it's visible enough so everyone can see it in the darkness. It stands out more. It's like a small firework going off.
It's like, ooh. I hope it got on some of them like glitter and it just kind of stuck.
Sybil doesn't look any different.
Yeah, you guys just gonna wait for Kess to start walking.
Sybil is never gonna move closer to the darkness voluntarily.
Navori's
without
gonna
someone
move
leading
if
the
she
way.
can. Like she'll sort of peek down corridors and stuff.
Yeah, you are free to move.
Okay, she's looking around and looking up. Since Mari went that way, Bree goes.
Okay, just
She's
yeah,
being
try not
kind of
to like zoom around the map.
Yeah. She's looking for anything she can see.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Oh, there's.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, hey!
Hey, my eye works again.
13.
Navori, you do not see anything in particular. You see a tunnel with rubble.
Looks like stairs over there. She can't. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really make out precisely what it is. Maria, let me swap. Beauty of my view is I can look out and see what you see. You don't see much in the way of anything in front of you.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm back.
It gets real dark.
Yeah.
Did you throw your cat in the bathroom again?
Oh, is it a special cat time?
Kitty prison.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. She just gets to live in the kiddie prison. Anyway, yeah, there's no initiative right now. You guys are around a little bit. Don't
Alright.
zoom around or else I'll rein you in, but yeah.
Navori creeps a bit closer. Should I make a stealth roll?
Yeah, if you want to be stealthy.
Okay, well she was trying until Cass showed up. She's like, oh.
Yeah.
Kind of see what Maria's up to.
Well, she's gonna anyway.
Do you want a torch too?
Yeah, sure, why not?
She'll
Uh,
pass it over to him.
As we get closer and
Damn.
closer to the darkness, Sybil is gonna sprint over to Kess and Navori.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna go south with 5 and
Navori is absolutely super stealth despite Cass's light, I guess.
Clive, did you strike a torch?
He did.
Okay. Let there be more light.
Look at all that light. I see a hole in the ground.
Cass
Yeah.
is gonna go ahead of.
Oh,
Like, she's gonna try to get ahead of Navori because, like, she can sneak behind her.
Yeah, fair.
Sybil is gonna
Kess,
walk very
Navori.
briskly. Oh my god.
Navori's right behind Cass.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sneaky.
Kess, stop.
Alright,
Make a perception check.
sure.
There be something.
Wow, we did
Oh.
a real dumb thing.
Yeah, nope, you see
Oh my
absolutely nothing.
Keep going.
Yep.
Do you
Navori's
guys think
looking out
splitting
for
up was a
stuff
bad
too.
idea at any point?
Alright.
You know?
Probably.
Navori and Sybil, stop.
Okay.
Give me a
I am
perception
so-
check.
Okay.
Am I still? Nope. Here we go.
Oh, hey, natural 20.
Hey!
Both of you,
Hey.
like at the same time, you see that Kess is about to step into what looks like a hair trigger.
Oh,
Um,
Navori-
Sybil just kind of loops her arms around the back of Kess and like
Navori holds her
leans
arms out
back.
in front of Cass, and she's like, "Stop! There's a trap."
and then you look off to the side, and you actually see there are spikes protruding from the wall, and pressed up against those spikes is the body of something pale and dead that was just stuck up against these spikes.
Cass, please stop! Don't go.
Cass, like, lowers the foot that was about to step on the trigger. Not on the trap, but, like, back where she had it before.
Navori points it out with her tail. She's like, "That, don't."
Sybil
And then
is
she
still
points at
holding
the-
Kess because she needs something to hold.
And then she points at the spikes and the guy, and she's like, "Yeah, no, please."
Cass seems, like, alarmingly unconcerned.
Yeah, I mean, Navori didn't really expect Cass to be concerned. She just didn't want to get spiked.
Sybil is like when you bring your one pussy friend to a haunted house and they're almost in tears the entire time.
Oh my.
That's the state of her right this moment.
I like how Shadow, you in particular, like, I love spooky stuff, and tonight brought to you by laughing.
Cass, like, stops and she considers the room. And she looks back at these two and she's like, perhaps splitting up was not the best idea.
Yeah, but we're real far now. What if the paths converge?
I mean, we're probably gonna
Maybe not.
Yeah.
getting a little dicey. We haven't run into anything like this yet. We should probably get the others.
What if the others move? Like, what if the others? What if the dead? What if they've abandoned us? You just walked right on ahead through the cavern, Kess.
Okay, but
Cass starts, like, she turns around with, like, Sybil still attached to her and starts walking back through the tunnel as Sybil is talking.
Sybil
just nodding.
slowly, like, unfurls from having a full body hold of Kess, but, like, has, like, her forearm. Like, she's
Navori's-
not letting go. She'll never let go, Jack.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Navori's
Cass is
sort of
basically gonna
watching
walk until
behind
Alright,
them as
Maria,
they go back.
stop.
Yeah.
Make a perception check. I'm assuming you're gonna look at that hole in the ground also. Yeah.
Correct.
I'm gonna have Cass catch up to the others, but assume that they aren't there until they're there.
Yeah.
Okay. Mario, you step into this little and much like the other structure you saw before, the wall here isn't too high, but this time you all actually, the three of you that are here already, immediately notice that the walls here look like they were pushed over almost, like the little waist high, or I guess not waist high, like 5 foot high wall that remains is the bottom half of a greater wall. Yeah. Yeah, Mario, you totally see a big ol' hole stone.
Does it look like there's like scarring on the walls? Does it look like I don't know? Was it cannon fire? Like, was it seismic activities? Is there any way she can tell?
It's very difficult to tell.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it was a clean break though.
Okay.
There is rubble in places, and there's still some spots where it's high enough that you can't see over.
Gotcha. Okay.
Minnow, Clyde, you guys want to do anything before the rest of the group is caught up?
Yeah, Clive was looking down south. But he's not gonna go all the way down there. He's gonna look down there and be like, "What's down there?
Ooh, what's this?
What is this?"
Oh my god.
No.
Hello into the darkness.
Hello.
Clyde, make a perception.
Does the darkness hello?
Jesus Christ.
It is difficult to discern anything farther than the reach of your torchlight. But there are like piles of some kind of material across the ground.
Well, Clive's not going to go check that out. He's going to stay nearby.
Okay. Minnow, what were you gonna do?
Oh, she's staying close by too, but just trying to be diligent and guarding and listening, straining her hearing to listen for anything and just kind of like look at these ruins too, but she's mostly there just trying to play guard.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, okay. A 3.
Oh no.
She's too spooked.
Yeah, this is not something. As someone that has spent most of her life in the wide open sea, Okay, how about the rest of you guys now, as you catch up?
Okay. Yeah, Navari, when they catch up, she sort of goes towards the others, is like, guys, there's traps, be careful!
Yeah, we almost died. It was really bad.
And Sybil answers Minnow's question as she... They're okay.
Yeah, look out for like tripwires and like, I guess, you know, spikes and
Oh,
shit.
I see something on this map I certainly
Yeah,
don't like.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking.
That looks
A
like
man and a friend.
Ooh, what's this?
Oh my god.
How high are these walls?
You guys are
by the way?
determined.
Determined to what?
Die.
Ooh, woo, what's this? That's what. They are in some places that like same like 5 foot, 6 foot height. In other places, reaching the ceiling. The
Okay.
places where it's not completely reaching the ceiling looks like it was torn down or pushed over somehow.
Every once in a while, when there's a wall that's like 5 feet-ish, Navari will kind of jump up a few times to try and look over it. It's like, before going forward. But she's looking for traps now. She's looking for tripwires. She's looking for like push plates or weird things out of place. Yeah.
Alright, let me pull up your character sheet so I can keep an eye on your passive perception.
Boy. It is.
Always like, I want to use that more, and then I
16.
forget.
Oh no,
Okay.
her passive perception is 13.
Okay,
Her
cool.
passive wisdom is 6.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Imagine.
I mean, it makes sense. She's got a pretty good bead on people most of the time.
Yeah, that's the entirety of it.
Okay, Maria. Let me see. I have to keep like clicking over to each of you to see. All right, yeah.
You can rest assured with my 9 passive perception, I'm not seeing fuck.
Yeah. All right, yeah. What are you guys doing?
Well,
Just creeping
when they
over.
go in here, when they start to get to this kind of thing,
Oh.
Sybil makes a sound.
And Maria, as you step forward, you do see the pale, shimmering outline of something floating around. Doesn't seem to take notice of you, as it just kind of drifts aimlessly through this room.
Alright.
Can we leave?
She's just going to quietly observe it and like kind of watch people enter behind her with that same
Yeah.
expression.
Clive's just gonna walk in.
Sybil's gonna clear the
Okay.
doorway for Kiss.
Thanks.
Oh, is this a table?
Yes.
Sybil sees
Okay.
this horrible little man from over the table,
Yes.
and
What's this? Is this just like a raised
Yeah.
area? Okay.
However, Sybil, you do see a black kind of specter outline moving around. It doesn't take notice of you. It's just kind of roaming the walls, looking kind of lost, almost.
From an out of character meta standpoint, does anyone else realize that our characters caused this? Like our old characters, they left.
I'm
all
sorry,
this, like,
what?
devastation in their wake
What?
I mean,
by
what could
abandoning
they
the
have
plane.
done?
I
We
mean,
we did kind of leave Barovia to its own affairs.
we were like, oh,
Yep.
okay, bye.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We got our book by.
I mean, we can't rescue everything.
Yeah.
We rescued Julian.
Yep.
That's the important part. I
Sybil
say completely
kind of,
unbiased.
Totally.
Sybil kind of crouches down and tries not to look frightened, but boy golly, she's never seen a dead shit before.
Kess is gonna use her ability to sense undead.
I think
Yeah.
there's quite a few!
There are
Just
quite a
so
few.
you know.
Yeah, there are certainly quite a
How
few
many-
undead.
You're not
How many
sure.
are within 60 feet of her?
1, 2, 3, 4 of them. There are there's something coming from right here, the ghost, and then these 2 shades.
I mean,
just
do
kinda
these-
drifting.
Do these things seem to notice that we're here, or do they just not seem to
As
care?
you can make insight check to get better idea of it, but as it stands, they do not seem to be paying attention to you.
Why not? They got good insight.
All right.
I think Minnow's gonna try to gauge too from what she can see in the
Okay.
other opening.
Go for it.
Yeah. Navori's gonna when she can.
Jesus.
Oh no, Minnow.
I love my
Minnow,
home.
yeah, this is very claustrophobic.
Sure, Kess will try to insight too.
Minnow is a jock. Please don't give her
Can-
shit.
Oh no, Navori.
That's the, that's the mindset I expect for Kess. They're undead. Time to
Yeah.
murder.
Yeah, Navori's still kind of stealthing, but she's like peeking out from behind Maria.
Clive, you do not get the sense that they are malevolent. They would have certainly noticed you by now. You are not being quiet. You brought a very bright light into this room, and they're just kind of drifting around still.
What is this? Guys, hey.
I don't
Why?
think they mind that we're here.
I
Maybe
mean,
we
they
should
would
go
have
up.
noticed us, wouldn't they?
I mean, if
Oh,
you're
they-
curious about them, you could just go up and say hello.
Kess walks right up to the ghost.
All right. It
And
Doesn't-
she looks at it.
kind of turns to look at you, but it's like it's looking through you, and it just kind of moves through you and doesn't.
Oh, that's
It's fine.
She,
Sybil's gonna walk past this table and try to call this thing like it's a cat.
Hey, buddy.
humanoid looking.
Mm-hmm. Is Kess doing anything to stop the ghost, or just being annoyed?
No, I mean she's looking at like, is it human?
Yes, it is human. Easily human.
Mario
Ah.
wants to go look at this stuff. What is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Navori was sort of looking at that too.
She'll give the ghost its birth. Ahead of
For it's difficult to tell until you get close, but it is the remains of books. It looks like.
Want to see some of that? She's
Okay.
gonna have a good stare.
Make an investigation check.
To Navori too, because she was interested.
Okay. Yeah, Navori, go ahead.
Investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whole
Max.
9.
I got
Yeah.
a question for you.
Uh-huh.
So, ceremony, right? There's a funeral rite to like prevent corpses from becoming undead,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's nothing specifically in the spell to deal with undead specifically, but
I would go on.
is what?
I think I know where you're going with this. But
Yeah,
go on.
is there a way to use it to like non-hostile undead specifically, but to help them pass on?
Given who you are, yes.
Yes.
Since they are clearly non-hostile to you at this moment, you're able to start preparing the funeral rites that you know to help these people pass on.
God, I was hoping for that answer.
You see, like, oddly enough, Kess, like, she puts away her hammer and she reaches into her bag and she starts pulling some things out of it that you haven't seen before.
Sybil's gonna get a little closer.
So it's there. Okay, well, for one, she gets her holy symbol out and it's like hanging from her chest very visibly, which she doesn't usually do, but here we are. And she pulls out flint and tinder, but like there's a very distinct pine scent coming from the tinder. It doesn't look like it's used very much, but it's like it's charred at one end just slightly. And there's clearly magic at work as she starts murmuring something under her breath. It sounds almost like prayer. And she's sort of trying to get the spirit's attention, but not exactly.
Okay. And this does take some time to complete.
Yeah,
It's an
like
hour casting time, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming no one's gonna be like, "We gotta go," since it's kind of unhostile in here.
No, Clive finds
Um,
he finds a spot to just sit, and he actually does something no one has seen him do yet. He pulls out a cigar.
Oh.
okay.
Sybil reaches for the feather that she's got tucked into her ponytail, and it almost looks as if she's gonna offer it to Kess, but she hesitates, so she's just kind of standing there with the feather, like, I don't know what to do.
But yeah, one by one, each of the undead are sort of drawn to you, Kess. It's almost like they have a sense of what you're doing, and there's not an eagerness about them because, from what you know, this sort of thing, they cannot be eager. It's just not possible for them. But they have an idea of what's happening, and they definitely deal with it.
One thing she does ask of each of them is if there's anything that she can do before they pass on, or if there's any like last wishes that they want her to complete in their stead.
Every time you ask the question, there is a sense of surprise, something unusual from this sort of thing. And it seems to take them a moment or two to even comprehend what you're saying. And they all just sort of shake their head before passing on. And you guys each see this brief flare of light as they each begin to dissipate as they basically single file up to Kess.
When
Go
this
ahead.
is happening, Navori was absolutely paying like super diligent attention. Like she also knows this she knows ceremony, but she's never used it in this way, and she feels like, they're gonna encounter some fucking dead people, so she sort of wants to know how this. But yeah.
All right. So Maria, while this has been happening, you've been thinking what you can find in here. There are a lot of pages rotted away.
Yeah.
It's difficult, but you find a few books that are kind of intact. And as you leaf through them, you are able to read them and get a sense of hopelessness. A lot of these writings seem like they are journals or attempts to catalog what is happening during whenever time these were written. And you do see reference to a great civil war and how humans were driven underground when the werewolves and vampires nearly eradicated one another, leaving the surface world hostile towards humans who were unable to defend themselves against various feral undead creatures that would roam the land unchecked. And humans struggled to survive underground. And Minnow, what have you been doing during all this, actually?
Oh, she's just been watching Kess and just watching this ritual happen.
Okay. And as you've been watching, give me a perception check, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, a natural
Hey.
20.
Hey.
Okay. You do catch sight of not green, but a different sort of brownish green color, like the rest of these caverns that you're roaming right now. And you see as you wander up, catching your attention, you poke your head into some of these rooms very carefully. You notice small patches of what you can imagine were tilled ground. There are clearly dead crops planted here, with one or two plants struggling to survive despite it all.
Huh. Okay, so she
And then-
wandered.
Yeah, after about an hour, Kess, you have finished these funerary rites, giving all of the undead time to pass on.
Oh, wait, she can't see out there.
Once she's done, everything goes back into the bag. She tucks away her holy symbol. She looks expectantly at everyone else.
Sybil puts the feather back in her hair, and she kind of just looks profoundly bothered, not even in the fun, scared way anymore, in a way that, she's taking a great amount of weight with the environment that hasn't necessarily been seen before.
Clive looks like this isn't the first time he's seen this ritual or rituals like it.
Yeah, Navori, basically when Kess sort of glances over, she just sort of, she's sort of solemn, but she still kind of smiles and gives Kess 2 thumbs up, in a sort of understanding way, because she knows what Kess did, but, she's been around a lot of death, and so she's she approves, but she's not, taking it lightly either.
Maria feels
Kiss.
the feeling, but she's not sure if that's what closure is or not, so she's just kind of
So Kess nods once stoically at Navori, and she pats Sybil on the shoulder for the thought.
And you've all, except for Cass, gotten the effects of a short rest, so if you needed to,
Oh, hey.
you know,
AoE.
if you needed to spend hit dice or anything. Cass does not get this, but
Oh, cool.
Sybil is just like, I don't get it. What happened here?
It used to be a human settlement. They were apparently forced underground in the wake of a civil war, featuring vampires and werewolves.
That's... So were those shadow things people?
Once upon
Once.
a time.
Yeah.
It's really myopic when you think about it.
First time I've ever seen spirits floating around myself before, but I've heard of it.
Well, not all
You
be
th-
damper. It seems the earth is freshly tilled here, and there's plants. Plants need light, don't they?
Maybe things work different here.
You think we might find some of the people that were looking for help here?
That
Perhaps.
seems... I mean, optimistically, yes. Realistically, not so sure.
Well, hold on to hope.
Navori's kind of looking around, but she's still being wary of traps.
okay.
Sybil's gonna
Just in
kind of follow
case.
along Minnow because she
Yeah.
just needs to look at some good plants. Then she slowly gets plunged into darkness and she
Yeah.
makes a noise.
It's fine. Everything's
Navori's
fine.
like,
Clive hears the noise and is like, "All right, fine."
Yeah, it is as Minnow said. It's
She kind of like,
while not, like yesterday, freshly tilled. Like this is probably within the last year been used.
is it like grass? Is it, what is it?
It looks like grass began to grow here at some point, but withered before it really began to grow free.
Sybil frowns and she kind of picks up a stalk of grass and is like, this is fucking awful. They probably starved.
yeah, Navori's looking in this other one to see if there's any discernible plant life that looks like it's still alive or signs of recent living or whatever.
No, it looks much like the other one, which again, like,
Okay.
yeah, actually, none of you would know this.
And she's gonna keep going. She's looking for signs of life while also being wary of potential traps and stuff.
Yeah, Sybil's gonna try to find Maria. But Maria's
pacing a rut in this one field.
Sybil's gonna be like, she's gonna poke her head in and be like, hey Maria, you said you had like 13 torches?
Do you want one?
Yes, absolutely, please. Oh my gods.
I'll give you one of my children. Hang on.
Are they opal torches? I don't...
No. Hang on. I have to find them. She hands over a torch and she lights it for her with her flinty fingers.
Okay.
That's Stephen. Please don't lose him.
Is it Stephen with a V or with a PH?
PH.
Okay, Stephen.
Stephen.
Navori's looking at this area over.
It's a very big hole.
Yeah, she kind of first she sort of looks at the ground around it, like, is it okay to stand here? And then she's gonna sort of like listen.
Okay, make a
Like-
perception check.
Sybil's gonna stand at the hole too, because why the fuck not?
Gotta look down the sick hole.
I'm not gonna use the advantage because this isn't light.
Yeah. You hear a lot of nothing.
Okay. Is there like a little rock nearby?
Yes, there are quite a number of rocks.
Okay, she picks one up and she sort of throws it down there, and then
Okay.
listens again.
You hear
Hey,
this.
I have a bad question. It's not a good question. This isn't a good idea. Can I cast Fairy Fire on the rock as it just goes down?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
what I'm
don't
gonna
know.
do.
I don't know if it attaches to something.
Is this going to
Yeah,
be our
it
like
does.
full of a toque moment where we get attacked by a shit ton of
Says
something?
Yeah,
each
we look
object.
down the hole and we see everything clinging to the side.
Let's see. Each object in a 20-foot cube within range
Yeah,
is
no.
outlined in blue, green, or violet. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined. So if I like, but like
It doesn't.
seems
It doesn't
like it.
stay outlined.
Yeah, but it has a range, so it's not about it staying outlined. It's just about seeing if there's shit down there.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Just drop one of Maria's children down there.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, they're her
Okay.
children.
As you watch the rock go down, you give a little twist of your fingers, and there's a brief, not explosion, but like slowly fading into existence group of soft. What color would they be?
They would be green and gold.
All right. Just like soft green and gold fairy lights, kind of just glow into the air, shedding a dim light in there. And you watch the rock go down, and it hits the wall a few times, and as it hits the wall, Sybil, you do see things moving around.
Navori's looking too. She's like, oh.
Oh no 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 no! Oh,
Don't like that.
did it look like they noticed us up here?
You make a perception check to see.
Yeah, Navori's gonna too. He doesn't like
17.
18.
They aren't coming closer.
Does it?
Maybe that's where all the creepy crawlies go.
You do certainly see things clinging to walls and kind of moving around, but with skittering, halting motions.
Yeah.
Sybil walks away from the hole and goes, "Hey guys, there's something in the big hole. I don't like it.
Looks like there are things all over the walls skittering down there.
Very big creature
Maybe.
hole.
Maybe not get its attention.
It's too late. Let's go. Let's leave."
There's no way out of here. Like, it just goes in a circle, right?
Well, we didn't check the other area before
you didn't
this,
check.
right?
However, some of those creatures do come skittering out at you.
Oh, I
Of
made a
course,
mistake.
God.
I made a real big oops.
Picked a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies.
Oh my
Three
god.
of them crawl out of that hole. Just that one there. Quickly, and there's this quiet noise as they crawl over the lip.
What do they look like? Do they look like what we fought before?
Yeah, they're like pale gray creatures with long claws and sunken-in cheeks and two very large fangs that sort of make it so their mouth never fully closes. And let me slap them on the turn order.
Oh.
I only see Kess on the turn order.
Yeah, me too.
That's weird.
Well, now I see a little man,
Yeah.
but also only Kess.
Okay, let me...
I assume we're rolling initiative.
No, we're just gonna keep... we're just gonna keep what we did have.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I figured it's easier. Alright. Write down the order I have. I can clear the board. It's weird because it shows it on mine still. Actually,
Uh-huh.
what happens... Who do you see now?
I
No
see
one?
Kess and a ghoul.
Me too.
Now I see Kess and a ghoul, but in reverse.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I'm just gonna write this down and not use the tracker for this one because it broke.
Didn't like this.
It's weird because it didn't break on my screen.
Oh. Weird.
Maybe if I restart Roll20.
No, no need.
Okay, I'm not gonna
Um,
do that.
Alright, the first ghoul, you can go ahead and close the turn. The first ghoul is going to swing at Kess. It crawls out, making that weird hissing noise. and skitters out and takes a swing at you. And it misses with its claws. Alright, Navori, your turn.
She doesn't like it. Let's see, what can she do from here? Same. She's gonna. Well. Okay. She is going to. She wants to do something that has more range than what she's sort of been doing, but you know, she sort of comes up here and she's like, eh, and she ends up casting Firebolt, sort of by accident.
Okay. Roll for.
Let's see, range spell attack is +6. 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Alrighty, she's going to attack. The one that's this one.
Okay.
So let's see, what is this? 2d10 fire damage.
Damn.
A whole 4.
Alright,
Yeah, right.
It hurts.
yeah, you guys see a little flicker of fire, and it licks at this thing's skin, and it's enough for it to look at you and give a quiet hiss. That's about it.
If it has anything on it, it catches on fire. Oh no, wait,
It-
no. It's
it
not
is
being
a-
worn or carried. Never mind.
Largely naked creature.
It's fine. It
Um,
almost
Okay,
catches on
but does
fire.
that mean?
This is gonna skitter towards you, Sybil, and
Okay.
come at
It's
you for attack.
It's naked enough.
All
Alright.
right. 15?
Yes.
Alright. You take 7 points of slashing damage,
Ooh.
and I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, icky slash.
Okay, what do I gotta roll for that? Alright. 18.
Okay. You feel a paralytic briefly lock up your limbs after its claws sink into your arm, but you shake it off.
Sybil's like,
Maria.
I made a mistake.
Mario.
Sybil cries as her arm is bleeding.
Oh no.
Mario's gonna shoot. Mario's gonna shoot.
Okay.
Where is my? There it is. Okay.
Did you set a damage type, by the way?
Yeah, fire.
Okay.
So there's shot 1.
That's a miss.
Here's shot 2.
That's a hit.
Okay. And there's the damage.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool. Which one did you attack?
The one that just tried to eat Sybil.
Okay. The first shot doesn't even go off. The second one, there's a flare. A small flaming bullet shoots out and sinks into its spine, and it turns to look at you, clawing at its back, trying to dig out whatever just hit it. Minnow.
Okay, Minnow is gonna jump over the pillar here,
Yes.
swinging in at the thingy that's in its symbol. But as she's swinging, she's like gonna try to slam it into the pillar away from the. Let's see.
Okay.
She's not gonna Sparta the zombie. So 21, 21.
Both of those hit.
Okay. And then sure, sorry. Okay. 7 and 10.
All right, cool. You come in to the ghoul and You said you were Sparta-ing it?
Oh, no. She's gonna,
Okay.
like, scoop it to slam it up against the pillar instead of...
Okay. Yeah, you sweep your Naginata around with one slash and then bring it around for another and drag it closer. And in doing so, you decapitate it.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Jesus.
And its head goes rolling off of its shoulders. The other two turn to look and hiss and don't look happy about it. Sybil.
Sybil
The whole...
is gonna...
Fuck.
Reality is shifting.
Mario knew it all along.
The whole was alive.
Sybil is gonna use fucking why can't I find the spell? She's gonna use Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
So she's gotta attack first, but she's gonna use it on this ghoul next to Kess.
Alright.
So that's a 24.
That hits.
Okay, cool. She can't use her stupid fucking sword double-handed because she's holding a torch.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be...
It's a D8, I believe.
Yeah, I had a D6. Okay, so she does this many, and then she's gonna do an extra D8, and flame's gonna come out, and it's gonna lick up the ghoul. There we go. 5 whole points of flame. 5 spicy points of green flame.
Green habanero flame.
Okay, yeah.
Verde sauce flame.
Oh my.
It catches spicy fire briefly, and turns to look at you with a hiss and very stinky breath.
Gross.
And it's going to make a swing at you for that.
Oh my god, please die! Why
And
are
it
you going
misses.
down?
It tries to swipe at you and misses. Kess.
Oh no.
Kess, what you doing?
Nino. Do you live, Nino?
Did we lose her?
Uh-oh.
No, I'm here.
No. Oh, okay. Welcome back.
All right.
Did you fall asleep?
No.
That sounded very defensive.
Yeah.
I was merely resting my eyes. Kess hits it. There's something
Okay.
in front of her. She hits it.
Okay.
In fact, she's gonna like try to bata swing it back into the hole where it came
No, Cass!
No!
Okay.
from. So I gotta
We're all
roll for
gonna
that.
notice.
You can use one of your attacks to do like a, Actually, wait, you can do push, can't you? I
Yeah,
believe
like a
push
shove?
is just some... Yeah, I believe shove is something you can just do.
You're right. It is.
Yeah.
What is it? You can shove a creature to either knock it prone or push it away from you. Must be strength athletics. Contested by strength athletics or dex acrobatics. So whatever it wants against my athletics.
It rolled a 1, so no matter what, you shove it. Pushing it back in the hole?
Hell yeah.
Alright, back in the hole it goes, and it falls down with a loud screeching noise, actually.
Of course.
And it just kind of... And it's gone. You don't immediately see any repercussions.
Yet.
Clive.
Hey, she's got another attack.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to make your second attack. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
She steps over here and she shoves that one into the
Oh
hole.
my
Alright.
God bless Cass.
This is the demons all the fuck over
Yes!
again.
Only we might get
No,
more
right.
crawling up.
Yeah, it rolled a 3.
Well-
So, in it goes!
Goodbye.
Once more, you hear the soft screeching of it falling down the pit.
Yeah.
You do not see any immediate repercussions of this action.
Immediate repercussions.
Yeah.
Nervous laughter.
Kess looks at Maria.
Uh-huh.
Alright, and then she looks back at the hole
Yeah.
and she says, "How sturdy is your rope?"
That depends
What?
on how much
You know, I could-
strain you're going to
Wait.
put on it.
I could just
What?
make you fly.
That
Like,
might be
just
safer.
saying.
Cass
So cool.
shifts her gaze over to Sybil.
It's really good.
Wow. So I have a feeling that you're gonna do something that will put me to shame, if I'm being 100% honest. But come over here. She beckons Cass closer.
Cass
Come over here.
steps onto like the corpse of the thing.
Wow.
Squishes it a little bit.
Yeah,
Ooh,
there's
okay.
a release of very smelly fluid.
Yeah.
She plucks the feather out of her hair and she like, cause it does require touch, so she's kind of gotta like gently wisp it up the side of her arm, and then like does a little flourish, and the pixie dust kicks up, and she gets gently hoisted into the air.
All right. Cass flies immediately into the hole.
Oh, I'm full of regret.
Yeah, we saw that coming. Navori's kind of looking down because doesn't Cass still have light?
She sure
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, Navori's
Um,
watching. She's like, eh.
Yeah, you guys watch Kess jump into this hole and start heading down.
I don't know why I enabled
And there's a
that.
veritable cannonball of Kess going down, down at full 60 feet per 6 seconds, I believe.
Yeah.
Moving down, and Kess, as you're dropping, you pass by a number of these writhing, pale shapes. Some of them look almost slug-like or maggot-like, buried into the side of this wall.
What the fuck?
Some stop to turn at you and hiss loudly, and others are feasting on something. You pass by like little caves where there are some, and after going, I don't know, about 120 feet down, the rest of you guys start seeing Kess begin to fade because her light's only 30 by 30.
Fucking far down is this goddamn hole?
Oh, I hope
And
she's having
it's at
fun
this
down there.
point, Kess. Actually, 1 second.
Oh no!
You like skipped ahead on me.
Oh,
Oh dear.
All right, let's see. Sorry. All right. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh dear.
All right, cool. As you're going down, you begin to slow just a little bit, and you see something come running out from one of the caves. It looks almost like a person dressed in tattered rags, leaping from the edge of this cave and trying to latch onto you.
oh, sick.
And it brushes by you, trying to grip you, and you smack it away quickly, and it goes past you and hits the other side of the wall and turns to look at you and hisses with distinctly normal human faces, or a human face, but far more gaunt and feral looking,
Huh.
and hisses back at you again and starts climbing up the wall spider-like,
Look.
trying to get close enough to you to leap back at you again. What are you gonna do?
Well, Cass, how heavy does it look?
Oh no.
Make a perception check. Well, actually, generally speaking, okay, yeah, that works too. It's about the size of a teenaged human girl, so probably anywhere between 90 and 120 pounds.
She can carry that without even breaking a sweat.
Can we
Okay.
see this going on?
No. Well, actually, yes, you see down there, actually, probably kind of cool from where you're standing. You guys are standing there looking down, and you saw Cass is kind of a, not small, but a distant ball of light. And you saw all of a sudden a black shadow leap from the wall at her, fly past. And Cass, what do you do this time? Are you just gonna let it jump at you?
Yeah, but she's gonna try to catch it.
All right.
Gosh.
Make an athletics check. Why not? Okay. Something. Well, all right. It leaps back out at you, having crawled up about 5 feet above you again, and it turns and launches itself off the wall and clings to you this time, and it's about to rear up, and you see 2 large fangs bared in its mouth. And you reach up with a gauntleted hand and just shove your forearm into its mouth where its fangs can't sink in. And you wrap an arm around it, and it begins to, like, wriggle and try to get out of your grasp, but you have it locked in.
Oh shit.
Boy.
All right. So she's gonna fly back up to the party.
All right.
Bring a friend.
Well,
Presents.
it's going to try and make an attack against you as you move, just because that's technically a turn.
Yeah, that's fair.
It failed. It tried to bite down even harder, and you felt the pressure of an extraordinarily strong jaw with razor-sharp teeth. Try to puncture your arm guard, but your armor's just strong enough to prevent this. And then you emerge with this pale, rag-covered female.
Oh look,
What
she
the
brought
shit and fuck?
us a gift.
And Kess tosses it roughly in Clive's direction.
Oh.
Alright.
Does it go that far?
I mean,
Um,
I don't know if she can actually toss
Clive
it, but,
attempted.
like,
I mean,
Can
she
Clive
could
attempt to?
try.
not at Clive, but like at the ground near
I was gonna say,
Clive's like
Falls right
area.
Right next to Minnow, actually.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
No!
can Clive attempt to shoot it while it's sailing through
Oh
the
my
air?
god.
Yeah, why
Like
not?
pigeon
Yeah, make an attack roll at disadvantage.
Alas.
Got him.
I love my +8 to hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, you try and it could have been really cool, but it happened too fast and you were not expecting it. So you fire off a shot and it goes wide. But this thing hits the ground hard and hisses loudly and scrambles about. And let's see. Alright,
Here
hold
we
on.
go.
Yeah, you brought combat to you.
Like,
Gosh,
Kess
what
went
the fuck?
fishing.
Jesus.
Here you go, kid.
Hold on.
This is live
Why
catch
did
and
you
release.
do that?
Oh
This is
my
the kind of
goodness.
fishing I think I can get behind.
Alright, this may be loud briefly.
What do you mean it may be loud, brief? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
That wasn't exactly what I wanted, but that works. Congrats, you started a boss fight.
Oh my god!
Drag the
Oh well.
Thanks for the short
Yeah.
rest.
Wow.
And now
Um,
Kess can fly.
Alright, we're
This
keeping
is what happens when you give the badass paladin fly.
Yeah.
She goes directly into the undead nest.
Yeah.
We're going to keep the same initiative. Clive, I
Okay.
guess that was technically your turn, so that works.
Oh, alright.
This creature pulls itself up off the ground quickly. It's on all fours for a moment. It looks at you guys, mouth agape, and hisses loudly, and then draws itself up. And Minnow, since you're right there,
Yeah.
it's gonna come at you.
Okay.
It misses with one attack.
Oh my god.
Oh wait.
uh-huh.
Kess has her shield out.
Sentinel? Oh.
Yeah, so
Oh
So it's
boy.
what, +2 AC?
Here we go.
Is that +2 AC to Minnow?
no, it gets disadvantage on the attack rolls.
Okay. Well, alright. So, 18 to hit Minnow?
16?
Alright, cool. It tries to swipe at you with its claws and misses
Alright.
both strikes. Actually, Kess's steps in with her shield and kind of nudges it out of the way for the second slash, and would have struck you if not for that.
Thank you.
Navori?
Kess nods one.
Okay. Does this thing look like more together than like the ghouls did?
Define more together.
I mean, like
Less
not as shambling,
Yeah.
kind of more like
You can make
defined
a.
in its movements. I don't know. Like, she's trying to
I'm gonna
gauge
guess
if
you
this is
mean,
more
does it look-
serious.
Yeah.
Like,
Does it look more like it
more-
was human once?
Yeah, like more sapient. Make a perception check.
would that be your turn? Because she's just.
Yes, that would be your action. If
All
you want to
right.
get a very basic sense,
Yeah.
I can tell you that it looks more precise.
Okay,
It's
that's
acting
all
less,
she needed.
It's acting less like an animal.
Does
Yeah,
it look
that's-
like the
that's-
goth teenager that the icon suggested is?
What?
No, that's just
God.
unfortunate icon because
Okay.
these are expensive.
Yeah, alright. That's enough for Navori. She. Let me look at this. Okay. She is going to. Wait, what is this? Is this a.
Creative boss fighting, Jesus.
Yay!
I was
Alright,
like, man, it's
Navori's-
getting a little late. They might not get to the boss tonight. Nope.
Just kidding!
Fucking flew down and fly fished for the boss.
Alright, Navori's going to use Bless. And,
Okay.
she's going to Bless. Cass, Minnow, Sybil, and herself. She's using it as second level.
God, I can't wait to buy music software so I can just loop this stuff.
You know,
And then she's
there
gonna.
is DJ bot.
There
I
is
didn't know about
feature.
that.
Wait.
There's we have it in our Discord.
Oh, yeah. I gotta figure that one out still.
It's pretty useful.
Yeah. All right. Is that your turn then, Navori?
Yep.
All right, Maria.
Shoot, fire.
All right. Oh, what I mean by loop is like not have it have to start.
Huh.
Like
Huh.
Oh,
keep the
no.
Gross. Very
yeah.
bad.
First shot's a miss.
There we
Second
go.
shot hits.
Why is it always your first shot that misses?
I gotta throw that gun away, I tell you what.
She's gonna calibrate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, you first shot misses, second shot you smack the gun against your palm, and this
Yeah.
time you take the second shot and the bullet arcs out and hits it. And it does not like that one bit.
Good.
Minnow.
Gonna take some swings at it.
Alright.
Alright.
You
Anyway.
got Bless. I don't know if it would help, but you do.
Alright. What was that? 1d4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't help, all things considered, but you know.
We'll see. 12.
That does not help, unfortunately.
Okay. 22. for the
Damn.
hit.
That hits.
There we go.
Swear to God.
Alright.
Alright, cool.
Take a swing at it.
Yeah, you swing around. The first one, it ducks, turns to look at you, and then the second hit strikes it across its stomach. Sybil.
Alright, can I drop the torch without taking an action?
Yes, you can drop.
Okay, she's gonna drop it in such a way that it won't fucking set them on fire. Can she do that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She's gonna move over here. She's gonna do another spicy green flame blade. 15.
She's got Bless.
Yes.
What does oh god, I
Bless
fucking
roll. Lets you-
D4.
Yeah, lets you add a d4.
Okay, well, do I hit it?
I cannot tell you. You have to choose
Just
if you're
do
gonna
it.
use
Just
a d4.
Then I
add the
choose.
D4.
Yeah.
No. I want to see
It-
my own
it doesn't-
power.
I cannot tell you.
Okay,
Bless
but
doesn't-
does I know
I-
it doesn't.
I
I'm not
can't-
using bless.
Right. So without bless, are you going to? Okay. Here's the
No.
thing. With bless, you
No, I'm
cannot
not
choose.
using bless.
Okay, just to clarify, you cannot choose to use bless after I tell you if you hit or miss.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
You
No.
missed.
That way we know.
You missed.
Okay, cool. Now we know. 15. You need higher than that.
Just wanted to make sure that was understood. Yeah, you have to call it before it resolves, basically. Kess.
Yeah, alright. She So she takes a look
Can
at
we
this.
get rid of the dead ghoul on the map, by the way? It's just where
Um.
Kessa's face should be, and it's... Thank you.
So she takes a look at this thing, and it needs to make a wisdom saving throw, and it has, if it's undead, it has disadvantage.
Fuck off. Fuck off!
Oh no!
Alright, it failed. It rolled a natural 20 the first time.
So she stares this creature down, and instills a primal fear in it. Its speed is officially reduced to 0 until it takes damage.
Mhm.
It can't benefit from bonuses to speed, and it's frightened.
Did you just say it has a primal fear as if it didn't already from being scooped up?
What did you use?
I
Just
used
so I
a
know.
pure enemy.
Okay. Alright, sounds good. I don't actually know what Frightened does in this instance.
Like, yeah, I can't run away. It's like a shit.
Yeah.
Just,
It just-
Is
it
there any
cowers.
other effects of Frighten?
It doesn't have
can't do any-
disadvantage on some
it can't-
stuff.
I'm pretty sure frightened means it can't like do anything.
It has
except run.
disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and it cannot willingly move closer to you. So this is pretty good. Basically, it can't get away, so it always has advantage.
Yeah, but it's only until it takes damage.
Okay.
So
Is
if
that your
y'all
turn?
want to buff shit, now would be the time.
Oh shit.
Is that your turn?
Yes, that's her full round action.
Clive.
okay, well, Boon's gonna charge up, and Clive's is gonna take some shots at this.
Alright.
Okay.
What? All of my buffs are bonus actions.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't have buffs.
I think technically Navor is the only one that does.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm gonna hunter's mark it first, and then take
Alright.
some shots at, so I don't forget
What do we agree that your hunter's mark is? It is
the target. I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Laffy was bacon.
Oh, do you have the favorite enemy bonuses too? Is that your favorite enemy?
Undead is my favorite enemy, but I don't know if I get attack bonuses because I'm a beastmaster.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not a monster slayer or whatever it is. Hunter.
Yeah.
Alright. Do your thing.
Okay.
First hit is a hit. Second one's a
I
miss.
needed one more.
Alright. It was terribly afraid of Kess. Frank, it still is. But it is shaken from its fear as the crossbolt strikes it, and you can see the fear leave its eyes and is replaced with anger. And it is its turn, and those of you close to it actually witness
Oh
some
no.
of its wounds knit shut.
Oh, neat.
No.
And let's see. Minnow, you're the one that actually hit it, so it's gonna attack you.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's a miss. Aha! That's a hit.
Oh, good.
It's
I'm so
bad
proud
when
of
the
you.
DM is excited.
It's gonna bite you.
Oh no.
Oh. Undead fish.
It lunges at you,
Bad sushi.
and it looks like it tries to claw you, and you dodge out of the way, but then it latches onto your neck briefly, and you feel fangs sink in.
Good.
You take 9 or 8 points of piercing damage, plus 7 necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points are reduced by 7.
Oh, damn.
Forever?
Wow, so that's 20. What? Really? Forever?
No, is it forever?
No.
Oh, okay.
It is until you finish a long rest.
Good to
You
know.
just
okay.
you just caught anemia for a while.
Ow,
Yep.
ow, ow. Okay.
And the vampire seems to get stronger from this. Navori.
Oh gosh. Well, Navori wanted time to do a thing, but she doesn't like that at all. Shit. Does she have any? Nope. Okay. Well, she's gonna invoke duplicity. So there's another one. And she's gonna move her double up by the rest of them. Let's see how.
Okay.
Oh, this is yeah okay. Yeah, she just kind of stands on the pillar up here, so it's up there, and that's
Okay.
basically all she could do. But she sort of moves further this way, kind of peering out from behind the pillar over here, trying to stay out of sight of it in case it does some weird shit. Otherwise,
Maria.
Okay. She's gonna use enfeebling shot on it.
Okay. I just realized you would get disadvantage since you within melee range.
She has pistol expert
Oh.
now.
That's right. Okay.
So let's see. Let's see if she can hit it. There's that
She
one.
certainly can hit it.
Okay, so that's gonna do. Let me roll the weapon damage. And then it's gonna do 2d6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then it needs to succeed on a Constitution saving throw DC 13.
It failed.
The damage dealt
Good.
by its weapon attacks is halved until the start of my next turn.
Damn. Nice.
Nice.
All right.
And then
Cool.
shot number 2 is a 15.
That misses.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Less?
Okay.
no, she doesn't have it.
Mm-mm.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
All right, Minnow.
Okay, is it still on her? I assume, or did it come
no.
off?
Yeah,
Okay.
It came off. It didn't grapple you. It just latched on and
God,
sucked
okay.
some blood.
Well,
Ugh.
she's gonna flap it with her nothing on it.
All right.
Oh my god. I don't even think that's gonna help, but let's try. Okay, 10.
She was
That's-
disoriented.
First
She
one's
is
a
so
miss.
disoriented. She just tries to swing, but claps a hand to her neck to like push the scarf against the wound.
And that's a miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you are very unhappy and you feel weak.
Mm-hmm.
Sybil.
Okay, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Phantasmal Force, 10-foot cube. Is it like, is the square that it's in a 10-foot cube?
No, it's a 5-foot cube.
Okay, cool. That works either way. So Sybil is gonna. So there is like a whole lot of reading for Phantasmal Force, but do you want me to read it or? Because what I want to do is I want to surround it in a ring of green fire so it thinks that it's like trapped.
Okay. The 10-foot cube encompasses everyone except.
No.
Maria.
I mean I can make it as big or as small as I want. And I
Oh,
want
okay.
it to think that it's trapped in a ring of fire, and it's got to succeed in an investigation check higher than my spell DC.
Okay. Is that on its turn? It has to do that.
Uh,
Let me just.
yeah, it can use an action to make an investigation check.
Okay. So it believes that this is here.
And
Kind of
it-
regardless.
Yeah, and it's affected by the spell. It treats as if it's real. And it takes 1d6 psychic damage if it fucking tries to go through the fire.
Okay. Cool.
So you basically
Yeah,
see
you know,
Sybil like
Yeah.
whip her sword around, and like this ring of like green and gold kind of surrounds it, and it's not clear what she did, but something definitely happened because no one else can see it.
And it shrinks back not fleeing, but looking around it like it's surrounded by something suddenly that isn't people, and it seems far more panicked by this than it does people.
Doing some damage control, lads.
Kess.
She hits it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hit.
The martial characters in the group, ladies and gentlemen.
Mhm.
And add blast if you wanna.
15.
Still a
So
miss.
close.
Darn it!
First one's a hit, though.
That's
Okay. You smack it with your hammer, and it doesn't like that. Clive.
Clive's gonna shoot it some more.
You fucking fished a vampire out of its lair.
Yeah.
Both of those hit.
Kess is like the shiny lure on a very scary anglerfish, if you think about it.
Perfect.
But does
I mean-
that make us the anglerfish?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
she just brought it up to
Damn,
the meat
alright.
grinder.
All right, yeah.
You're welcome.
Clive, you ping it with two bolts, and they both knock it around, and it is starting to look pretty beat up. It is its turn, and some of the wounds knit shut. And let me read something real quick.
Oh, good.
Phantasmal Force is confusing.
Yeah, it's pretty wordy.
Yeah, you have like a short essay there to read.
Yeah.
Well, it's also interpretation for me. Okay. So it will not take damage from it now. It takes damage on you.
On my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
So each round on your turn.
Alright.
However, since it looks like fire, it is not going to cross it. It looked like it was getting ready to leap away, but it does not. However, that does catch its attention, and it looks to you, Sybil, and you see this wicked grin just curl up its face, and it's ugly and almost terrifying. And you hear the word, human. And it lunges at you.
Oh no.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
And Minnow can hit it on her reaction.
Wow, it missed on all counts. Can Minnow hit it?
Sentinel within 5 feet if it tries to attack anybody but her.
Alright, yeah, that's right. Alright, it missed on Sybil. Now you do your attack.
25.
Murder.
That hits.
I'm in
That's
that
right.
square for a reason.
We got the fuck stone.
A butt slap with her staff.
Yeah.
God, welcome to the penalty box.
I just realized fucking Boon is flanking.
Oh God.
Yup.
He
Oh,
has,
does he get an attack?
No, he has pack tactics,
Hell yeah.
so he has advantage on his attack rolls.
Oh my
Everyone is in formation.
Jesus Christ.
Dangerous.
And you
Welcome
Cass
to the
brought
fuck
it into
zone.
this formation.
God.
Like,
It was completely unplanned, but brilliant.
alright, Navori.
Okay. Her.
We call this
Double.
the fuck box.
Yeah. Her double's going to use Word of Radiance, so it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
We accidentally made a very deadly party.
It fails.
Alrighty, let's see.
Yeah, I'll say this party has a lot more synergy than the last one, which, I mean, I feel like that kind of naturally happens to a degree.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that much radiant damage.
Alright.
And Navori's gonna peek out. And as a bonus action, she's gonna use Healing Word on Minnow.
Okay.
So let's see.
I'm just You skipped so much.
You got whole 5 hit points back, and then the
She
voice
really needed
died again.
that. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright, is that your turn?
Yep.
Alright, Maria.
Okay, shoot bang. This is my last round before I reload too. So let me
Nice.
let me just roll damage on that one.
That's one where you kiss the gun first.
Yeah. Okay, and then shot 2, 16,
Yep.
and there's another 4 damage.
Alright, so let's see. The 2 is a 4, so that's 7 plus 4 damage. Alright. Yeah. Ow, shit. Ow, my knee.
Are you okay?
no.
No, I'm
I
fine.
heard that thump.
I'm
Don't
fine.
Don't hurt yourself.
Minnow.
Okay, like some wounds knit shut, and she looks at illusionary name first, but then the other one, and nods a curt nod of thanks before she gonna spank the vampire again with her nudge nod.
Oh my god.
She's
Alright.
gonna be like aiming for the neck and the head.
Alright.
Petty.
Now. Yeah. 14. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thingy. 17.
That hits.
Hey.
Okay.
Ooh.
24 for
And
this.
so does that.
Ooh.
Alright, 13 altogether.
Okay. Oh, this thing, it's looking pretty rough. It's now bleeding pretty freely, and its blood is this kind of black ichorous fluid that is thinner than blood. Alright. Sybil.
Alright, I'm gonna use Green Flame Blade two-handed.
Alright. And your illusion is going to deal damage as well.
Yes. So, yeah. Alright, 16, that hits, right?
Yep.
Okay. Wait, I gotta just... Okay. 1d10 plus 4. Now we got 1d8. And then we got 1d6 to bring it home.
This time with feeling.
Alright, how do you want to do it?
Hey.
She's just gonna do, like, she's gonna get into stance and she's gonna, two-handed and just kind of pull her arms back and thrust forward through the flames, and it just fucking gets this chick right in the guts.
Alright, those of you close enough see the wicked grin on its face turn into a look of abject fear. And then Sybil plunges her sword through its gut and takes that, like, step close to it, so it kind of leans in a little bit onto her. And it
Yeah, and she's
perishes
kind of,
by-
like, bent at the knee, so it, like, sinks down on the blade.
And it kind of flails a little bit, hissing, spitting some kind of curse at you that you cannot recognize. And you feel the thin fluid of its blood pool over your hand as it dies.
Sybil, like, is that it? Is combat over?
Yes.
Whew. Sybil, like, kind of gets down on her knees so that this thing kind of crumples and the blade just slowly drifts off into, like, these gold rose petals until it's like, yeah, super anime style.
How
and, like,
dramatic.
Yeah.
and, like, kind of catches it by the shoulders and just kind of, like, looks disgusted and puts it down and looks at Clive and is like, was she human once?
Looking at it, is it a vampire? Your face?
Make it an investigation check with advantage.
Okay. Actually, let me see what my favorite enemy stuff is.
When that's happening, Navori's absolutely gonna immediately go over to Minnow and sort of check her out and make sure she's okay.
Mario reloads.
What kind of check did you want?
Investigation with advantage.
Okay.
She's still pretty banged up, but she's watching that thing.
Alright, well, Navori's gonna heal her. Well,
Alright,
on.
so you kneel down and get a good look at it, and this is not a full-fledged vampire, but it is certainly a vampire.
Well, ain't quite like the vampire I've seen, but definitely seems to be one.
But was she? Did she used to be human?
I mean, that's the thing about vampires. Most of them were.
Hmm.
Make no mistake, she ain't anymore.
Minnow
but-
heals another 8 hit
Um,
And there ain't no cure for you ask.
there's
Absolutely
one.
not.
And Kess looks pointedly down at the corpse.
points.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I know, but it's just like
You
She-
are not killing them. They are already dead. If anything, you're freeing her from a curse.
But
And
how-
Kess
And for
is
every
gonna go
How?
back into the hole.
Oh my god!
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Are there
think-
still things down there?
Kess, as you fall back down the hole, you do see that there are various things down there moving around, much the same things that you saw before. Things clinging to the wall, some of them swiping at you as you pass, but nothing more than mere undead turned beasts of some sort.
Yeah,
Nothing comes leaping out at you, though.
that's fine. I mean, Kess isn't gonna let them live. So
Max, what the
How-
hell just happened? I'm
I
sorry.
swatted a bug on my wall.
Okay. I
Um,
heard a very loud bang and was like, "Did he die?"
Kess, it is a lot of things. It's like a
Die.
nest down there.
Yep,
oh my gosh.
I realize.
All right,
She's got
then we'll-
10 minutes.
Jesus!
We may pick up there next week then, because it's 11:40. We started at about 8:40. Let me think about this real quick. So you want to kill as many as you can in 10 minutes.
Yes.
All right. I want you to roll a general Constitution save, or just a general Constitution roll.
Can I use bless?
That's
No,
Actually-
you are.
check.
Okay.
I will say, when Clive figures out what she's doing, he's going to position himself at the top of the hole and take shots at any that try to run.
All right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Navori's gonna check.
Average.
She's looking at Minnow, but when Kess flies down there, she's just like, oh god. So,
Sybil's just gonna do what Clive is doing because
Alright,
it seems
well
like the
then.
thing to do.
yeah,
Okay.
Navori goes over to the hole and she has her double jump down. She's looking at her double, and when her double's
What's the
falling
range on the
down
double?
hole, I don't. Isn't it as far as you can see it? Let me.
Well, that would only be about.
Do 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 do.
That would be about
It has
30.
to be in 120 feet of.
Okay.
When it's falling, it's gonna be using work radiance on things.
All right. So Kess, do this again once more. Technically, you would have advantage at this point. I'll also let you do it again.
Oh my god!
Oh my
Wow.
fucking
It really wants
God.
to be 13.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next 6 minutes, because it would take you about 1.5 to get down the first time. It's closer to 5. You got about 5 minutes total. To kill as many as you can, and to take as many hits as you can.
Yeah.
And the duration of you being down there, Kess, you basically are this holy whirling dervish. You are spinning through the air as these things begin to leap at you, seeing that you are a viable source of prey while also a danger, and they are acting purely on instinct. And it is just this insane display that some get picked out of the air by Clive's bolts, just this constant twang of a crossbow firing off. Some get little eldritch blasts coming from Sybil's pointed blade as she flings out these bursts of green energy. Navori's double, as it falls, you actually see it descend towards you. What's it doing, Navori, specifically? Like,
It's using
how would
Word
it
of
attack?
Word of Radiance. It's
Okay.
uttering something, and just this big flash of light will sort of erupt and hit everything that it touches.
Okay. And the double gets about 4 of these out. Just 4 words of some kind of power come out, and there are small explosions of light that sear some of these things as they leap out at you. And Kess, you take a total of 30 points of damage over the course of this next few minutes.
Oh
If-
my god.
If she
Fair.
falls, Navari's
No, she's fine.
double. Okay. Well, Navari's
Um,
doubles down to heal, so it would probably.
It doesn't stay there unless.
Yeah. Well, I don't know
It-
how deep the thing is. Is it
Kess
more
is
than
about
100
a.
feet?
Well, here's the thing. Is it flying at all?
No.
Then it just fell past.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so it fell down, got about the words of radiance out as it plummeted, and then it just vanished once it hit about level with Kess, because she's about 120 feet down too.
Okay.
And yeah, it's this combined display of martial prowess, and you take out about 6 total before you have to come back up as the spell begins to fade. And much like with Navori, it doesn't fade instantly, but you feel gravity beginning to have more of a pull on you, so you bring your way up, and more of these creatures leap out and grip onto you, almost being dragged out. Maria and Minnow, as she begins to come out, you see that there are a few gripped onto her.
Well, let's shoot those away.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like clay
Just-
pigeons.
Both
Yeah,
of you
just peel them off of her.
both of you make attack rolls with advantage.
Okay, and I do want to say, while everybody was looking down the Minnow probably dragged the body, decapitate it.
Okay.
and
Double
do
tap.
Double taps.
Minnow remembers.
Yeah,
Make
she
sure it
does.
doesn't get up.
Yep.
Yep. So that thing's like tucked off to a corner, decapitated. Doesn't want anybody to see it.
Okay.
Good job, Minnow.
25.
All right. So there are about 3 total just latched onto Kess, dragging their claws down her. Kess, you take an additional 5 points of damage before they get dislodged from you.
Still up.
And Minnow comes over and just slashes with her Naginata twice and carves one of their hands off entirely, coming around to smack the other one hard enough for its grip to loosen. And then Mario, you crack off your shot, and it pierces another one through the back of the head, and it falls down into the pit. You killed about 7 total now. And as you came up, you basically kicked a nest. You saw a lot more down there. They were not heading up yet, but you saw a lot more.
Oh boy.
And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Oh, I gotta remember to heal
Sick.
them immediately.
Cass is at
Because
6
she
hit
would
points.
heal them
Golly.
immediately.
See you guys next week,
my
Internet.
God.
It's time for Kess and Clive to have a fun day.
Oh,
Fun
having a
time.
good time.